Your perseverance is your ground clearance for the path of success which you want to access. Yes, my dear friend, your perseverance is your ground clearance for the path of the success which you want to access. There is no doubt about it. And it has seen in the history that who has the lot of perseverance, patience, they are the ultimate winner. It is just like the race of the uh, tortoise and the rabbit. Rabbit, despite of being the very good runner, very speedy runner, but when the race happened between the tortoise and the rabbit, rabbit was complacent. He thought that the tortoise won't come. Let me sleep. But when he slept and couldn't get up in the time, the tortoise, because of his steady, continuous movement, surpassed the complacent rabbit. And ultimate winner was the tortoise, despite being the slow moving animal. In our life, in the real life situation, persons who has the more endurance, more perseverance, who can steadily progress in the step by step process, they learn and implement the thing in a very incremental way to make their path very steady, and it is the continual movement. That means upliftment of one level and that sustenance in that level, and then again continue, again uplift, and they continue in this way. Instead of winning the match in a day or the overnight situation, they have to wait with their patience. What happens? Sometimes we think that the overnight success is possible, and we learn too many words in the vocabulary to get the success in the exam, but we cannot remember it beyond 24 hours. That's why it's better to learn the 5 words or the 10 words in a day and apply it in a proper way so that you can remember in your memory. In such case, it will be like written in the indelible ink inside the pages of our brain. We can utilize it. That is also example of the perseverance. I can tell you from my own life experience. I was not good at mathematics, and there is no hesitation to tell me that once in half yearly examination of the class 6, I failed in the subject of mathematics. Out of 100, I got only 17 in the summer vacation. When my father noticed it, he put a tutor from the local school, and he taught me, he tried his best, and I also tried to learn with this short possible time of the summer vacation. Within the 1 month, I learned something. And up to my promotion of the next class, I could have scored from 17 to 71, reversal of the digit. And it was the success because of my perseverance. Not only that, after that, I learned the tricks of the mathematics. I got interesting. And with the growing interest in learning the mathematics, learning the logic behind the steps, it was my success story in the subject of mathematics. Henceforth, from the class 8 to class 12, wherever I read, I got topper in the subject of mathematics, not in every subject. Why? Because I had the patience, I learned the tricks of the mathematics, I learned the logic of the different stages, and for that, I need to burn a lot of midnight oil. That is also the story of the patience. Not only that, I came from the very rural background of the West Bengal. And it was very difficult to learn and speak English, though I was good in the written English and I knew the grammar. But while speaking in English, it was a terrible performance. But I had the patience. I used to read English newspaper and note the difficult and the tough words in my exercise book, and I used to read all those things again and again and again and again. In this way, I learned some words which I enhanced in later stage of my engineering study to learn the vocabulary, because I knew that all these things will come in the competitive exams which occurs in all India level. I got success, but ultimately I couldn't succeed in the interview because while speaking, it was the terrible performance. Then again, I imagined the mock interviews. Inside my inner sense, I always rehearsed in English. My thought, my dream came in English. Then somehow I managed to crack the nut in the interview. I got the chance in government organizations as an engineer. Why? Because I had patience. I had perseverance. I never gave up in my life. Until now, I'm an avid learner. And I'm quite polite in learning. Even in my technical field as a mechanical maintenance engineer, I'm very much eager to learn the every nitty-gritty, what is being observed even by the ground level workers. And from that, I get the idea to implement and for the improvement of the things in terms of the maintenance procedures and also in terms of the enhancing life of the spares or the components of this equipment. This is the perseverance. In case anybody come with some complaint in my workforce, I never hesitate to listen them. Whatever my mind condition, irrespective of my mind conditions, is very disturbed because of the lot of breakdown, I politely ask them what happened. And whoever comes in my office, I tell them to take rest and then disclose what's your problem. And I always try to resolve their problems after hearing that. So in this case, it is not about the angry altercations with the people who came with the complaint. It's my responsibility to hear, to listen properly, and to resolve the things which is applicable. It also needs a lot of the perseverance. So every aspect of the life needs the perseverance. Your struggle depends on your perseverance. Despite struggle, the people who do not have the perseverance, they easily give up because of disappointment of not getting the success. But remember, just like George Brooke, the freedom fighters of the Ireland, has observed the spider trying to go up with the cobweb, tried, again fall down, tried, fall down, tried, fall down. In this way, ultimately the spider got successful. And he got this idea that relentless fight against the Britishers will bring about the independence of the Ireland. Ireland got freedom. In this context, let me tell you few lines of Hindi poetry. It was written by Brinda Kabi. करत करत अभ्यास जड़मती हो तो सुजान रसरी आवत जावत सिल पर पड़त निशान. That means relentless trial. Even the dumb fool persons become learned persons. In the same way, when the ropes or the bucket in the well, with the relentless rubbing with the stones, it can create the mark in the stone. Stone is harder, but it has the capacity of this rope. Despite being softer, it can make a mark at the depth in the hard rock. And that's why the relentless practice in the field of the public speaking and urge to learn and having the patience and the perseverance just made me in this stage. And that too was possible because of your support, your guidance, and your advice. So there is no alternate way of avoiding. And life is not just like an induction heater that immediately you are putting something and it will become hot. No, it will take time. It will have the gestation period, just like to get the chicken from the egg. Overnight, you cannot get a chicken from the egg. If you try, the egg will be broken and the life will be dying even without being born. So that's all about the importance of the perseverance in our development path, in our success. Thank you.